Clear blue skies, breeze in the air, your sunset eyes. Oh, feeling so calm, feeling just right. We could stay forever or just tonight. But while we're in this moment, let's lose track of time. I just wanna get away with you, with you.
What's going on, East Coast Mob? It's your favorite duo, back with another banger. This is part 2 to our first Get to Know Us video. But before we get into all that, make sure that you subscribe, you hit the notifications,
to be notified when we post.
You share, you do all that stuff to support us, to help the algorithm, because you know how YouTube is a little finicky. But before we get into part 2 of how we met, or the Get to Know Us, I just wanted to address something because I was catching a lot of flack.
Yeah, I guess.
People were saying that I'm not from New York City. Listen, this is the deal, okay? I was born in New York City, but then I was raised for the majority of my life in Jersey. But now I'm back in New York City. So
he's back in New York, so you are from New York, technically.
Whatever you want to call it. I don't care.
Reside.
New York, New Jersey, whatever, tri-state. That's why we came up with East Coast Duo, because it kind of fits in everything.
Yeah.
Jersey, New York.
The whole East Coast. It could be anywhere on the
Philly.
East Coast.
So, part 2 of how we met.
Oh.
You want to do the honors, or you
No,
want me to?
you good. I want him to go first, only because it really started with how you took it. Right?
So I'll start it off. So on Instagram, she liked one of my pictures. It was a complete out of nowhere. It was like middle of the day. I had posted the picture like a week ago. Usually after a while you stop getting likes. Initially when you post a picture at first, you get like a whole bunch of likes for like a couple days, the first couple days.
It brings in a lot of traffic.
Yeah, and then after that, it just kind of dies down. Middle of the day, I see this girl or this person like my picture, and I'm like, who the hell is this? But she was private. So fellas, you know how that goes. When it's private, you're like, damn, I got a request. You gotta know what it's looking like.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm like,
But okay, I liked his picture. I wasn't stalking him. I wasn't looking for him. He popped up on my Explorer page. You know how like random people pop on your Explorer page. We had a mutual follow, or we followed some.
We probably had one mutual following or whatever.
Yeah.
She says that I popped up on her Explore page. Anyway, her profile picture looked fake, so I was like, I don't know about this. This might be a catfish. I thought I was getting set up because she only had like 9 posts. Even today, she only
like 6.
Yeah, like 6 posts. So I'm like,
and I don't have a big following because my page is private. I don't allow a lot of people to follow me, so my count was like really low.
Really low. So I'm like,
plus I had like no pictures on there.
This is a catfish, 100%. I requested to follow her. She accepted. And then I started like creeping on the 6 pictures that she had. I still thought
I had a few highlights on there though.
Yeah,
like,
you had a couple highlights, yeah. So that kind of helped. But then I immediately went to the boys chat, the group chat. Fellas, if you're seeing this, you already know this is true. This is true 100%. Whenever you're talking to a girl at first, or you're like trying to like whatever, see what's up, you immediately hit the group chat. You're like, yo, screenshot, send all the screenshots. And then you kind of get like what they have to say. Not that it matters that much, but
you get your friends' input.
Yeah, so I immediately did that. Everyone was like, yo, where's she from? So I had no choice but to kind of slide in the DM. Shooters shoot.
Oh
I always say this.
And the way he slid in, you guys.
Shooters shoot. I took my shot.
It wasn't even like it was close. It was a landslide victory. Game. Blouses.
It was kind of like generic. What'd I say? I said...
He literally, guys, said, hey, do we know each other?
Do we know each other?
Way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
The reason why I said that was because...
But I was dumb enough to follow.
But the reason...
Anyway. Well, not dumb enough, because, like, now we're great, but, like...
The reason why I asked that was because I never get any single girls that look good like my picture. Not never. But it's rare. It's rare. It is. For guys it is. For women it's different. But for guys it is. Anyway, so I was like, yo, this is maybe we know each other because we had a mutual friend. So I was like, yo, maybe we came across each other, whatever.
Yeah.
She responded to my shot.
I responded with, hey, no.
Said,
I saw
LOL.
your
She
picture
said-
on the Explorer page and liked it.
She said, I saw your.
And then he responds with, well, how do you know if we don't know each other?
That's true.
That's how you kept it going. And
Yeah,
I was like,
because-
that's when I did the eye roll and I was like, okay.
Long story short, I asked for the digits. She sent me her number, but it was like during the pandemic, so everything
Guys, this was like
shut
in
down.
the middle of the pandemic.
So everything
was
in New York
closed
City,
down.
New York City was like you couldn't go anywhere.
town.
It was ghost town. Philly was kind of
Oh
the
my
same
god,
thing.
Philly was done. Nothing was open.
And we had no choice but to like just FaceTime. So we FaceTime. I had to verify to make sure like, you know, everything checked out and she was who she claimed to be. Mm-hmm. So
I need to make sure too.
we FaceTime a couple times and then we finally were like, yo, let's link up.
Our first FaceTime though, I have to say, turned out better
Yo,
than expected.
listen, let me tell you guys-
We laughed
let me tell
until
you
we
guys something.
cried because this man is a clown.
Let me tell you guys
Let me
something.
just
Okay? Let me tell
you.
you. First time on FaceTime. First time. We were on the phone for like
Hours.
6
guys.
hours, I think.
We would spend
Middle of the
hours.
night. It was like 4:00 in the morning. This girl,
I was in tears because this man is just.
man, I had her laughing like crazy. That was it. After that, after I had her dying,
I had
she
you
was,
dying too. He said he had a headache for like.
Well, I did have a headache the next day. We laughed so hard that first FaceTime that it was.
That
I mean,
kicked
I
it
still
off.
remember
That's
the
when
joke.
I was like,
still-
okay, I want to get to know him.
I still remember the joke when I said it was about the chain that
It was
I
about
was
the chain. Oh
thinking
my
about
God,
buying.
oh my God.
She was hooked. Hooked.
You're so annoying. I feel
was
like a lot of
during-
couples have met during the pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of babies were made during the pandemic too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You have
That's-
we had no choice but to like talk and communicate and really, really get to know each other because everything was closed down.
Yeah.
So, long story short, after that FaceTime, I think it still took him like a little bit to ask me on a date, and I was like, oh, this guy's not gonna ask.
Did I?
A little bit, like a week.
So they want to know. They also want to know where was our first date. We kind of had to meet like kind of halfway, and everything in the city was just locked down. It was just there was nowhere to go.
So
Yeah.
we went outside of the city, where things were still open. Curfew was still set in stone.
So we picked a restaurant. We went out, and let me tell you guys something. She had me waiting for an hour. 7:30 we were supposed to meet. And she tells me I'm on my way at like 7 o'clock. I'm like, okay, me too. I pull up 7:15, 15 minutes early. I'm very punctual.
That is a bold. This man
No,
is
but
just
I
as
was-
late as I am. You were on time.
Yeah, so I walk in. I'm like, you know what? I figure I'll just grab a drink while I wait for her.
Okay, guys.
The
Let me
waitress.
let me just explain to you. One, I'm always running late. It always takes me forever to get ready. I don't know why. I feel like I always do good, and then all of a sudden time just flies, and I'm like running. I'm like, oh crap, I'm
It's
running
alright.
late.
It's okay.
But I did text you, and I kept him updated.
The waitress
It's
felt
really
bad
small
for me.
and
She
hidden.
thought I was getting stood up because I ordered a drink. I said, "Hey, I'm waiting on someone else." She said, "No worries. You want a drink?" I said, "Yeah." Ordered a drink. She came through, gave me a drink. I'm sipping. I look over. There's a table full of young people. They're all eating, having a good time, and they're just like looking over at me like.
I felt so bad.
20
I
minutes
really
goes
did.
by, 30 minutes goes by. The waitress comes back. She's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I felt
I'm
bad.
good.
But I was so busy looking for parking.
She walks in. I put the menu right next. I
Okay.
put the menu next to me so that she can come and sit next to me. Tell me what you
I
did.
take the menu and I sit across from him. But I've always been the type of person where I want to sit in front of you because I want to look at you when I talk to you.
But now,
But now we
whenever we go out, it's weird whenever we sit across each other. But
yeah,
some people
now we
think
sit
it's
next
weird.
to each other.
Some people think
it's weird that we do that.
Yeah, they think it's weird that we sit next to each other now. Have me waiting for
Guys,
an
I
hour.
wore heels on my first date. I'm tall, okay?
Yo, for
I'm
everyone thinking
5'7".
Everyone thinking on TikTok that I'm
short.
I'm
He's
shorter than
not
her.
Short.
She's 5'7".
I'm 5'7". I'm tall, and the shoes that I wore, they were like 4.5 inches. So I was 5'11" that night.
She wanted to make sure.
I wanted to make sure. I was like, if this man is not tall, we're gonna have a problem. But he is, guys. He's 6'2".
Yeah, so thank God.
But
Everyone
I
always
would-
lies about their height, man. Like, fellas, we got to do a better job. We just got to call it what it is, man.
They say they're 6 foot when you know damn well you're 5'10".
If you're 5'8",
just own it.
wear some Chelsea boots with a nice little.
No, because as soon as
nice-
you take them boots off, she's gonna be like,
Well, if you took the boots off, then that means you're having a good night. So.
Every date after that, guys, just a little fun fact. We would go out to eat because, again, everything was closed. Like any kind of
Bars or anything.
bars, yeah, or late night spots, they were all closed because we still had curfew. So what we did for every date after that is we sat in our cars and we talked for hours. Like I'm talking like
6 a.m.
Yeah.
Not a lot, man. Dating in the pandemic, it was hard. It was tough because if you had zero personality, I felt bad for you because there was nothing to do to entertain you, to distract you. It was just
to break the
one-on-one.
ice, like there was nothing.
You had to talk and get to know each other, but thankfully
it worked out for us.
Yeah. Thank God. That's our story. That's how we met. And if you have any more questions that you want to know, just hit us up. You have all our socials. Comment down below and let us know if there's anything that you want to know about us. So make sure that you subscribe, you hit the bell notification, you share this, comment, do all that good stuff because there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't want to miss out on. Yeah. And if you want to be part of the mob, that's our new thing.
I think that's gonna be our
East Coast mob. I don't know how that sounds, but
we don't
I'm
want
sure
to do
it'll.
East Coast family or like.
We want to do a little.
We want to be a little different.
Gang.
So,
People use gang.
Yeah. So
it's
we're gonna do mob because they're the real ones. Mobsters, you know, stick together. Okay, so right now we think that we're gonna be posting every Sunday. Mm-hmm. So make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Hit the notifications.
Hit the notifications so you know. I promise you, we're not just gonna be doing sit down videos.
No. This is just like a.
Our next video is gonna be
part 2. Our next ones are gonna be vlogging. We're gonna be vlogging. We're gonna be pranking each other.
We're gonna be doing
challenges. We're gonna be showing you guys a little bit about what we got going on in our personal lives.
Mm-hmm. We just chose to do this one because we literally get asked all the time.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? So.
How did you guys meet?
Yeah. All right, guys, so that wraps up the video. Make sure you do all the things that we mentioned before this.
Yes.
And we will see you
Sunday. Every Sunday. Peace.